Have you ever felt like someone was manipulating every aspect of your life, leaving you emotionally drained, as if something was sucking the very spirit out of you? What I'm about to reveal today is a shocking truth that might explain why you, as one of the chosen, seem to be a constant target. God never allowed you to face these challenges by accident. There is a greater purpose behind it. Narcissists have the power to turn you into a victim, using manipulation and control as their main weapons. But there is a divine weapon that few know about, one that can change everything. This knowledge is essential to exposing their strategies and preventing you from falling into emotional and spiritual ruin. This video is about justice, survival, and how you can use your strength as one of the chosen not only to resist but to triumph. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share may be exactly what you need to take back control and transform your life. Perhaps you've felt that no matter how hard you try, you can never completely free yourself from people who always seem to be testing your patience, draining your energy, and challenging your faith. These individuals have an almost supernatural ability to control the environment around them, as if they know exactly where to strike to weaken your spirit. But here's something you need to understand. It's no coincidence that you've crossed paths with them. As one of the chosen, your light unsettles them, and that's why they do everything they can to extinguish what is most divine within you. But there is a way out, and in this video, I'll show you how to turn that pain into power. What few people know is that narcissists have a cruel secret, something that makes them so devastating. This secret is a weapon they use to weaken you, and the most frightening part is that it works without you even realizing it. However, God never leaves the chosen unprotected. There is a way to overcome this challenge, and by the end of this video, you'll discover not only how to identify this hidden strategy, but also how to protect yourself spiritually once and for all. With each passing minute, you'll be closer to the truth that can change everything, but only those who stay until the end will gain the tools they need to win this battle. Dealing with narcissists is not just an emotional challenge. It's a spiritual battle that deeply affects the purpose God has placed in your life. As one of the chosen, you are not here by accident. Your journey has a greater meaning, but to achieve the balance and fulfillment you seek, it is essential to understand the obstacles that have been placed in your path. Narcissists are not just difficult people. They are distractions that can derail you from your divine purpose. Recognizing this is the first step to protecting your soul and moving forward with the mission God has entrusted to you. This subject goes far beyond what it seems. We're not just talking about toxic relationships or interpersonal dynamics. We're talking about a silent struggle for control over your spirit and the destruction of your connection with the divine. The more you understand the roots of this problem, the better prepared you'll be to overcome it. I'm going to reveal how the narcissist's cruel secret could be the key you need to finally break free. Narcissists are individuals who exhibit a behavioral pattern centered on self-promotion, an excessive need for attention and validation, and a lack of empathy for others. This behavior is identified as narcissistic personality disorder, but not every clinically defined narcissist fits this diagnosis. In everyday life, we can observe narcissistic traits in people who constantly place themselves at the center of every situation, demand constant admiration, and cannot handle criticism. For example, a coworker who does everything to overshadow others at work, or a romantic partner who turns every conversation into a justification for their own actions. These behaviors may seem harmless at first, but they often lead to toxic and exhausting dynamics. The origin of narcissism can be explored in two main spheres: psychological and spiritual. From a psychological standpoint, it often arises as a defense mechanism, the result of emotional trauma, abandonment, or neglect in childhood. To survive emotionally, the child develops a mask of self-sufficiency and grandiosity. However, beneath this facade of confidence lies deep insecurity and fear of rejection. From a spiritual perspective, narcissism can be seen as a deviation from purpose, where the person loses their connection with the divine and becomes fixated on dense energies like ego and vanity. This imbalance distances the individual from their true essence and fuels destructive behaviors, both for themselves and others. Spiritually, narcissism can be interpreted as a state of disconnection from the divine light and a plunge into patterns of selfish and destructive energy. These individuals, often without realizing it, become carriers of dense energies that seek to drain the vitality of others. This imbalance occurs when the individual moves away from spiritual values such as compassion, humility, and service to others. For the chosen, who vibrate at a higher frequency of light and love, the narcissist represents a kind of spiritual test. They appear as a challenge, often to test the ability to maintain a connection with divine truth amid manipulation and emotional attacks. Narcissists have a devastating impact on relationships due to their tendency to manipulate, control, and emotionally exploit others. Their tactics include gaslighting, making the victim doubt their own sanity, excessive blame shifting, and alternating between moments of charm and coldness, creating an emotional roller coaster. For example, a narcissist may shower someone with exaggerated praise only to deliver harsh criticism moments later, undermining their self-esteem. This creates an addictive cycle of seeking approval, where the victim constantly feels inadequate. These patterns not only drain emotional energy but also leave deep scars, such as anxiety, depression, and a sense of disconnection from oneself. The chosen, due to their spiritual light and divine purpose, often attract narcissists. This happens because the chosen's radiance is something the narcissist, in their spiritual disconnection, cannot achieve on their own. Like energy parasites, they approach people with a strong divine connection, not to collaborate or grow, but to exploit and weaken. The chosen are naturally empathetic, compassionate, and inclined to help, making them easy targets for emotional manipulation. It's as if the chosen's energy is a source the narcissist seeks to drain to fill the void in their own soul. The presence of a narcissist in the life of a chosen one is often not just a coincidence, but part of a greater spiritual plan. These encounters can be seen as tests or lessons designed to strengthen the chosen one on their journey. When the chosen one learns to identify and protect themselves from these energies, they develop a stronger spiritual shield and greater clarity about their purpose. This dynamic, no matter how painful, can serve as a catalyst for personal and spiritual growth, propelling the chosen one to higher levels of wisdom and discernment. Recognizing a narcissist can be challenging, especially since they often wear masks of charisma and kindness to charm their victims. However, signs such as a constant need for control, a lack of empathy, and a tendency to make everything revolve around them are clear indicators. Pay attention to behaviors like devaluation after a period of idealization, emotional blackmail, and an inability to take responsibility for their mistakes. The sooner the chosen one identifies these traits, the quicker they can set boundaries and protect their energy. The spiritual light of the chosen ones is like a flame in a world full of darkness, attracting both good people and those with negative intentions, such as narcissists. However, this light is not meant to be drained or extinguished. It exists to illuminate and transform. Chosen ones must understand that their mission is greater than any attempts at manipulation or sabotage. Once they recognize this, they can use their divine connection as a powerful weapon against negative energies, strengthening themselves and helping others find their light as well. Dealing with narcissists requires a combination of practical and spiritual strategies. First, setting clear boundaries is essential. This means not allowing emotional manipulation to cross certain lines and always prioritizing your well-being. Spiritually, strengthening your connection with God and practicing energetic protection, such as prayers, meditations, and visualizations of light, can create a shield against these dense energies. It is also important to cultivate relationships with people who uplift your vibration and to reinforce your self-confidence so the narcissist's influence loses its power. The key to overcoming a narcissist's influence is reconnecting with your divine essence. When chosen ones understand that their strength comes from God and that no one can extinguish their light, they free themselves from the emotional and spiritual chains imposed by the narcissist. This divine key includes self-awareness, faith, and the courage to say no to anything that does not align with their truth. It is the ability to daily remember who they are and the purpose for which they were called. With this awareness, chosen ones not only overcome adversities, but become examples of strength and inspiration to the world. The first step in recognizing a narcissist is to observe manipulative behaviors and the constant use of gaslighting. Manipulation is a weapon they master, using lies, distortions, and omissions to shape reality according to their interests. Gaslighting involves making you doubt your perception, memory, or even sanity. For instance, a narcissist may vehemently deny something they said or did, even if there is concrete evidence. For chosen ones, this strategy is especially devastating, as they are often more connected to their intuition and sense something is wrong, but end up being convinced they are mistaken. Another visible sign is the nearly compulsive need for control. Narcissists seek to be at the center of everything and manipulate situations to ensure their desires are met. This can range from small day-to-day decisions to absolute control over relationships, finances, and even your spirituality. For chosen ones, this centralization can be suffocating, especially because their essence seeks freedom and divine connection, which the narcissist tries to imprison through their actions. While visible signs are easier to identify, subtle behaviors can be even more dangerous. Narcissists often present themselves as extremely kind, altruistic, and generous individuals. This facade serves to create an emotional bond, manipulating the chosen one into believing they are allies. However, this kindness is usually accompanied by hidden expectations, such as favors or unconditional loyalty. The chosen one may begin to question their own boundaries, confusing genuine help with an emotional trap. Beyond false kindness, narcissists also use subtle tactics of emotional manipulation. These include veiled criticisms, comparisons that diminish your self-esteem, or seemingly small gestures that gradually erode your confidence. For example, a narcissist might excessively praise someone else in your presence, insinuating that you will never reach that standard. For chosen ones, this can generate feelings of inadequacy and create distance from their divine mission. For those who are spiritually sensitive, like the chosen ones, being in the presence of a narcissist can be exhausting. These individuals have a natural talent for draining energy, leaving you emotionally and spiritually depleted. This energetic exhaustion is not just physical. It can weaken your connection with God, affecting your spiritual clarity and purpose. It is common for chosen ones to feel an inexplicable heaviness after interacting with a narcissist, as though their light is being dimmed. In addition to draining your energy, narcissists can create spiritual blockages. By constantly questioning your choices, intuitions, and beliefs, they can lead you to doubt your divine calling. This is especially dangerous for chosen ones, who rely on a clear connection with the Holy Spirit to fulfill their mission. These blockages may manifest as feelings of confusion, anxiety, and even a distancing from important spiritual practices such as prayer and meditation. Recognizing these signs is crucial, but it is equally important to approach them without judgment. Instead of emotionally reacting to a narcissist's manipulations, practice neutral observation. This means identifying harmful patterns without absorbing negativity or responding impulsively. This approach allows you to protect your energy while understanding the true nature of these interactions. After all, your mission as a chosen one is to keep your light shining, even in the midst of darkness. Another powerful tool is recognizing repetitive patterns in the narcissist's behavior. These include cycles of idealization, devaluation, and discard, common in abusive relationships. By identifying these cycles, you can predict a narcissist's next actions and protect your heart. For the chosen ones, this clarity is especially important, as it allows you to maintain your divine connection intact, even in the face of emotional adversity. One of the most effective ways to deal with narcissists is to establish clear boundaries. This includes saying no without guilt, avoiding sharing personal information, and limiting their access to your life. For the chosen ones, setting boundaries is not only a form of self-protection, but also a way of honoring their divine calling. Remember, you have the right to protect your energy and to surround yourself only with people who support your spiritual journey. The key to dealing with narcissists is to strengthen your spiritual connection. Dedicate daily time to prayer, meditation, and reflection, asking God for wisdom to discern the hidden intentions of those around you. The stronger your divine connection, the harder it will be for a narcissist to manipulate your mind or heart. For the chosen ones, this practice is essential, as it ensures that you remain aligned with your purpose, protected by the Holy Spirit, and free to fulfill your divine mission. On the spiritual journey of the chosen, encounters with narcissists are not mere coincidences or accidents along the way. These individuals, often manipulative and self-centered, can be seen as tools used by God to test and strengthen faith, patience, and unconditional love. Rather than viewing these relationships as punishments, it is essential to understand that they serve as mirrors, revealing our vulnerabilities and areas needing growth. It is through the friction of these interactions that the soul is polished, gaining resilience and clarity about its true purpose. Narcissists frequently challenge our emotional, spiritual, and mental boundaries, but these challenges have a divine purpose. They teach us the importance of discerning between what is true and what is illusion, especially when confronted with manipulation and emotional games. By recognizing these patterns, the chosen learn to trust more deeply in their intuition, a spiritual gift given by God. Every encounter with a narcissist is an opportunity to grow, strengthening oneself against external attacks and developing self-compassion and inner strength. The spiritual light of a chosen one is powerful and unmistakable. It attracts not only blessings but also difficult tests, such as the attacks and challenges posed by narcissists. Just as a flame attracts insects, the luminous energy of the chosen draws the attention of those dwelling in spiritual darkness. This light threatens those who rely on manipulation for emotional sustenance. However, it is precisely this light that illuminates the path, both for oneself and others, reinforcing the divine mission. Narcissists have an unconscious ability to expose our weaknesses and doubts. They act as reflections, showing us where we are not yet fully healed or aligned with our purpose. For a chosen one, these interactions are like a refining fire, where impurities are burned away, and the divine essence becomes purer and stronger. Recognizing this dynamic transforms the pain of these experiences into an opportunity for evolution, drawing us closer to our true spiritual essence. God does not allow a chosen one to go through any situation without a greater purpose. Encounters with narcissists often come with spiritual lessons that can only be learned through intense experiences. These moments are divine alerts, signals that it is time to evaluate our relationships, emotional patterns, and connection with God. As we face these trials, we learn to better discern who deserves to share our sacred energy and how to preserve our inner peace. The spiritual journey of the chosen is marked by moments of pain that lead to learning. Each encounter with a narcissist, no matter how difficult, results in a harvest of resilience and wisdom. We learn to recognize our strengths and the importance of energetically protecting ourselves. More than that, these experiences teach us to fully trust divine guidance, knowing that God is in control of all things, including the darkest challenges we face. Although narcissists attempt to manipulate and weaken the chosen, God never leaves them unprotected. The chosen possess a unique spiritual protection that strengthens and guides them through each challenge. This protection, however, requires the chosen to remain vigilant and in constant connection with God, understanding that their struggles are part of a greater plan. The attacks of narcissists are, in fact, opportunities to consciously activate and use this protection, blocking negative energies and staying focused on the divine purpose. 33. Every challenge faced with narcissists can be transformed into a spiritual tool. The pain of being deceived or devalued becomes a reminder of the importance of self-value and seeking self-love. The harsh words or selfish actions of these individuals serve as a contrast for the chosen to understand the depth of their own compassionate and altruistic hearts. God uses these situations to shape the character of the chosen, preparing them to face even greater challenges while fulfilling their divine mission. It is essential to remember that God never allows the chosen to face something they cannot bear. Encounters with narcissists are further proof that the chosen are being prepared for something greater. These painful moments are confirmations that a divine purpose is at work, even when we cannot clearly see it. When we trust this plan and surrender our pain to God, we receive strength, clarity, and the assurance that we are walking in the right direction. The true secret that narcissists fear the chosen will discover is their spiritual freedom. When we understand that these people have no real power over our essence, we are freed from their emotional and energetic grasp. This freedom is what allows us to shine even more intensely and fulfill the purpose that God has placed in our lives. By transcending these interactions, the chosen becomes an even stronger light, unshakable and ready to illuminate the path for others. Spiritual texts, both biblical and from other sacred traditions, are filled with teachings that remind us of the importance of protecting the soul and heart from negative influences. The Bible, for instance, advises us in Proverbs for verse 23, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This passage emphasizes that the heart, symbolically, is the source of our spiritual and emotional strength. Allowing toxic energies or narcissistic manipulations to contaminate it can steer us away from our divine purpose. Thus, guarding the heart is an act of reverence to one's spirit and the mission entrusted to us. In Psalm 91, we find the divine promise of protection. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. This assurance demonstrates that, even when attacked by dark energies, such as those emanating from narcissists, God surrounds us with a shield of spiritual protection. However, this protection requires us to be connected and aligned with the divine purpose. It is through this connection that we can resist manipulations and emotional attacks, maintaining our peace and focus. Jesus, in his teachings, also provides clear examples of how to deal with people who challenge our spirituality. In Matthew 10 verse 16 he says, "Be as shrewd as serpents and as innocent as doves." This wisdom suggests that we should be astute and vigilant without losing our essence of compassion and purity. When confronted with narcissists, it is essential to maintain a wise posture, recognizing emotional and spiritual dangers without allowing them to harden or deviate us from our true nature. To strengthen spirituality and resist the emotional impact of narcissists, prayer and meditation are indispensable tools. Prayer, as a direct dialogue with God, helps us surrender our pain and seek divine guidance. Meditation, on the other hand, allows us to connect with our spiritual essence, calm the mind, and strengthen our energetic shield. Setting aside daily moments for these practices creates a natural barrier against negative energies, helping us better discern the intentions of those around us. Although difficult, forgiveness is a powerful strategy for resisting the emotional impact of narcissists. Forgiving does not mean accepting toxic behavior, but rather releasing the emotional burden caused by these interactions. Forgiveness disconnects us from the negative energy these individuals try to impose, allowing the divine light to flow freely through us. It is an act of spiritual liberation that reinforces our connection with God and our higher purpose. Establishing clear boundaries is a practical strategy for dealing with narcissists. Spiritually, this means protecting our energy and peace. We can draw inspiration from Jesus, who on various occasions withdrew from crowds or individuals who sought only to criticize or challenge him. Boundaries are not acts of selfishness, but of self-worth and obedience to the divine purpose, which requires us to be in our best spiritual and emotional condition to fulfill our mission. Seeking support from a spiritual community is also essential to strengthen our resilience against the emotional impact of narcissists. When we share our experiences and learn from the stories of other chosen ones, we are renewed by the certainty that we are not alone. God often works through others to provide advice, strength, and renewal. Cultivating relationships with those who share the same faith fortifies our spirit and helps us maintain the light amid darkness. In Ephesians 6 verses 11 to 13, we are instructed to put on the full armor of God to stand against the forces of evil. This armor includes truth, righteousness, faith, and the Word of God. Each of these elements helps us face the emotional and spiritual attacks of narcissists. Truth protects us from lies and manipulations. Righteousness reminds us to act with integrity. Faith gives us strength to overcome challenges. And the Word of God is our spiritual weapon against any adversity. Practicing gratitude is a surprisingly effective strategy for resisting the impact of narcissists. Thanking God for all experiences, even the difficult ones, transforms pain into learning and strengthens our connection to the divine. When we focus on what is good and true, we neutralize the influence of negative energies. Gratitude keeps us aligned with the light, preventing emotional attacks from others from disrupting our peace. One of the most practical and powerful strategies against narcissists is the secret of silence. Just as Jesus often responded with wisdom or silence to the attacks he faced, we too must learn not to react to provocations. Silence preserves our energy and confounds those who seek to manipulate us. Combined with prayer, meditation, and discernment, silence becomes a spiritual tool that protects us and keeps us aligned with our divine purpose. There is one detail that few understand. The secret of silence is not only a defensive strategy, but also a key that unlocks something much greater. There is a cruel secret behind the behavior of narcissists that most people never realize, and when you understand this, you will see how it can be used to your advantage. Before revealing this transformative truth, let's proceed to the next crucial step, delving deeper into spiritual protection. Narcissists, at their core, operate on an energetic frequency that seeks to destabilize and dominate. As the chosen, our protection begins by strengthening our spiritual connection with God. The soul is the core that keeps our light intact, and the narcissist fears the unshakable strength of those who walk in alliance with the divine. Therefore, daily prayer is not just a request for protection, but a true spiritual shield that blocks any attempt at manipulation or energetic attack. Spiritual meditation is an indispensable tool for the chosen. It not only calms the mind, but also strengthens the spirit and raises your vibration to levels inaccessible to narcissists. Find a quiet space, visualize a golden light enveloping your body, and declare that you are protected by God's power. When practiced with intention and faith, This transforms your energy into an impenetrable fortress. Narcissists lose their power over you when they recognize your soul is connected to the divine source. Invoking God's presence at the start of each day is one of the most effective ways to ensure your energy remains protected. Do this with simple and sincere words such as, "God, I surrender my life to you today. Be my guide, my strength, and my shield." This declaration is enough to keep narcissists at bay. The Bible instructs us to wear the armor of God to face spiritual adversities. This includes truth as a belt, righteousness as a breastplate, and faith as a shield. Visualizing yourself wearing this armor during prayer is a powerful technique that shields your soul from energetic attacks. When spiritually armored, there is no room for manipulation. A practical technique for blocking a narcissist's energy is visualization. Imagine a circle of light surrounding you that grows stronger with each deep breath you take. This luminous barrier acts as an energetic shield, preventing negative vibrations from affecting you. Use this whenever you feel vulnerable or in the presence of someone who seeks to undermine your peace. What you declare holds power, and this is something narcissists do not want you to realize. Begin using daily affirmations like, "I am guided by divine light and protected from all harm." Such declarations strengthen your energy and create a spiritual barrier that repels any attempts at manipulation. An effective prayer for spiritual protection invokes the presence of the Holy Spirit. Ask for wisdom, discernment, and strength. For example, "Holy Spirit, grant me the discernment to identify hidden intentions and the strength to remain steadfast in my mission." This prayer not only protects, but also empowers the chosen to face any challenge. One of the most practical ways to protect yourself is to limit direct contact with narcissists. Identify patterns of manipulation and, whenever possible, emotionally distance yourself. This is not weakness but wisdom. You are not called to absorb toxic energies, but to preserve your light. Before sleeping, take a few minutes to purify yourself energetically. Imagine a shower of divine light falling upon you, cleansing all the negative energies accumulated during the day. Declare that you are releasing everything that does not belong to God in your life. This practice is essential for ensuring peaceful sleep and a renewed spirit. The vibrational field of the chosen is one of the greatest shields against narcissists. Elevate your frequency by cultivating gratitude, love, and compassion. These emotions create a natural barrier that repels any attempts at manipulation or energy draining. The Psalms are powerful spiritual tools that protect and uplift the soul. Read Psalm 91, which declares God's protection over your life. Proclaim aloud, "1,000 may fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand, but it will not come near me." These words create an impenetrable field of spiritual protection. Recognize the signs that your energy is being drained. Extreme fatigue, mental confusion, or anxiety may indicate the presence of negative energy. When this happens, step away, pray, and strengthen your spiritual barriers. Awareness is the first step toward neutralization. The chosen must nourish their soul with what is pure and true. This includes avoiding heavy environments and continually seeking God's word. Divine truth is nourishment that strengthens the spirit and disarms any attempts at spiritual attacks. Narcissists aim to divert the chosen from their divine purpose. Remind yourself daily that your mission is greater than any challenge. Declare, "I am aligned with the purpose God has for my life, and no harm can stop me." This conviction is key to keeping your energy aligned. Being surrounded by people who share the same faith and values strengthens your spiritual protection. Communion with other chosen ones creates a positive energetic network where each one fortifies the other. Together, you form a collective shield against negativity. Forgiving a narcissist does not mean justifying or accepting toxic behavior. Instead, it is a spiritual act that frees the chosen from emotional chains that could tether them to the past. Narcissists often want you to remain trapped in resentment, but forgiveness cuts this tie and reaffirms your control over your inner peace. Forgiveness does not imply forgetting. It acknowledges the harm done, but also represents a conscious choice not to let it define your life. Choosing forgiveness allows the chosen to maintain their light and keep moving toward their divine purpose rather than carrying unnecessary burdens. Forgiveness has a direct impact on the soul. It purifies energy and enables the chosen to vibrate at a higher frequency. When you hold on to resentment or anger, these emotions create barriers that hinder your full connection with God. Forgiving opens space for divine light to flood your life. By forgiving, you disrupt the cycle of pain that the narcissist attempted to instill in your life. You make it clear that you will not partake in an emotional dance where manipulation rules. This breaks the narcissist's hold on your soul, reinforcing your spiritual freedom. The process of forgiveness is also a process of healing. By releasing pain, you become stronger, wiser, and more connected to your purpose. Remember, forgiveness is not for the narcissist's benefit, but for the chosen's liberation and empowerment. The people around you have a direct impact on your energy. Surrounding yourself with spiritually healthy friends and mentors is essential for strengthening your soul and spiritual protection. These connections create a circle of light and love, shielding you from the negative energies narcissists might attempt to send your way. Healthy friendships not only support you emotionally, but also spiritually. Sharing your journey with people who understand your divine mission is a balm for the heart. These connections reinforce your faith and give you the strength to withstand any adversity. While narcissists try to drain your energy, true friends renew it. Identify and sever ties with people who emotionally exhaust you. Protect your energetic space and create an environment where only light and positivity can enter. Being part of a strong spiritual community can be one of the greatest supports for the chosen. Sharing experiences, praying together, and learning from one another creates a collective shield against any negative energy. Remember that by surrounding yourself with healthy people, you not only receive light, but also share your own. Your journey as one of the chosen inspires others, creating a cycle of positive energy that continually grows. Silence is one of the most powerful weapons against the manipulation of a narcissist. They thrive on emotional reactions and conflict, but when you respond with silence, you disarm their attempts at control. This demonstrates strength and prevents them from accessing your energy. Some may mistake silence for submission, but for the chosen, it is a demonstration of wisdom and self-mastery. Remaining silent in the face of manipulation is like building an invisible barrier that protects your soul and frustrates the narcissist's plans. Every word you choose not to say to a narcissist is a spiritual victory. By holding back your words, you prevent the manipulator from using your emotions against you. Silence is a reminder that your energy is under your control, not theirs. Silence is not just a weapon against manipulation, but also a space where you can hear God's voice more clearly. Use quiet moments to strengthen your spiritual connection, receive discernment, and renew your inner strength. By choosing silence, you declare that you will not be affected by manipulative words or actions. You are in total control of your energy and response. This is something narcissists deeply fear, as it strips them of the power they try to wield over your life. The moment has come, chosen one. Everything you've heard so far has prepared you for this transformative revelation. What I'm about to share is the secret narcissists fear most that you'll discover. This knowledge is not only a weapon against manipulation, but a true divine key that liberates your mind, protects your spirit, and strengthens your connection to the purpose God has planned for your life. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and pay close attention, because what follows can completely change how you view these relationships and, more importantly, how you position yourself against them. This is your moment to take control and never again be a prisoner of narcissistic traps. The true power of the narcissist does not lie in physical strength, eloquent words, or apparent charisma, but in their ability to divert you, chosen one, from your spiritual connection and the divine purpose reserved for your life. They are masters at manipulating your emotions, instilling doubts about who you really are, and planting the idea that you are unworthy or incapable of living the plan God has set for you. This is the narcissist's greatest trick, to weaken your divine essence so that you lose your light and feel trapped in a reality of scarcity, suffering, and confusion. The narcissist strikes precisely where the strength of the chosen lies, your connection with the divine. They identify your faith, kindness, and empathy as access points to manipulate and distort your perception of reality. This manipulation is not just emotional, it deeply cuts the spiritual cord that connects you to your greater mission. When you are disconnected from your purpose, you feel lost, empty, and unable to see the path you should walk. The narcissist thrives in the chaos they create in your life, and this is what makes this secret so cruel. The narcissist operates on subtle levels, using words, actions, and even silence to generate confusion. They may attack your spiritual beliefs, diminishing your faith in God, or instigate fears and insecurities that distance you from your spiritual practices. Moreover, the narcissist frequently creates scenarios of conflict and drama, draining your energy and undermining your ability to focus on what truly matters. This is a deliberate tactic to weaken your divine connection and place you in a state of spiritual vulnerability. The emotional impact of this disconnection is profound. You begin to question your worth, your ability to discern the truth, and even your deservingness of love and happiness. Narcissists have a unique ability to distort your perception of yourself, making you feel inadequate or guilty for not meeting their impossible demands. This cycle of emotional abuse can destroy your self-esteem, creating an emotional block that prevents your spiritual evolution. The greatest cruelty of the narcissist is the impact they can have on your spiritual life. By undermining your faith, they distance you from the source of your strength and wisdom. Chosen ones who are disconnected from their spirituality often report feeling disoriented, purposeless, and as if they are carrying an invisible burden. This disconnection is exactly what the narcissist wants, because it is in this state of spiritual weakness that they can exert maximum control. The impact of narcissism does not stop at the emotional and spiritual fields. It manifests physically. The constant stress generated by living with a narcissist can trigger symptoms such as insomnia, chronic pain, digestive problems, and even autoimmune diseases. The body reacts to the emotional and spiritual imbalance, becoming a visible reflection of the damage this toxic relationship causes in your life. It is a physical reminder of how your energy has been diverted from your true mission. As a chosen one, you may be wondering why these experiences are so intense and why it seems so difficult to free yourself from them. This happens because narcissists recognize your light and know that by controlling you, they are trying to extinguish something much greater, the manifestation of the divine purpose in your life. However, this awareness is your greatest weapon, because once you understand the true motive behind the narcissist's actions, you can begin to break the chains that bind you. The first step to neutralizing this cruel secret is to regain your connection with God and your spiritual purpose. This can be done through prayer, meditation, reading sacred scriptures, or any practice that strengthens your faith. By reconnecting with the divine, you begin to regain the mental and emotional clarity necessary to resist the narcissist's manipulations. This is the moment to reaffirm who you are and declare that nothing can pull you away from your mission. While the impact of the narcissist is devastating, it can also be an opportunity for growth. By recognizing what has happened and seeking healing, you can turn this experience into a powerful lesson that strengthens your faith and prepares you to help others facing similar challenges. Remember that God never allows a battle to be greater than you can bear, and He is always by your side, guiding you back to your purpose. The cruel secret of the narcissist is to divert you from your divine connection, but the key that sets you free is your ability to reclaim that connection. Chosen one, understand this. No one can extinguish your light or steal the purpose God has placed in your life unless you allow it. By reconnecting with your spirituality, you not only neutralize the narcissist's power, but also become an unbeatable force to fulfill your destiny. Now is the time to use this divine key to free yourself, move forward, and live the life of fulfillment that God always intended for you. Despite the pain and challenges the narcissist may bring to the life of the chosen, there is a hidden purpose that goes beyond immediate understanding. God, in His infinite wisdom, allows certain painful experiences to occur to shape, strengthen, and prepare you for your destiny. Living with a narcissist, as cruel as it may be, forces you to confront your weaknesses, question your beliefs, and rediscover the strength that resides within you. This purification process is part of the divine plan, designed to make you more resilient and spiritually prepared to face the challenges of your mission. The pain caused by the narcissist, although intense, can become a tool for spiritual and emotional growth. By facing these difficulties, you develop skills such as discernment, patience, and inner strength. These attributes are essential to fulfilling the purpose that God has set for your life. The narcissist, even in their intention to harm, ends up being an instrument in God's hands to sharpen your faith and refine your character. This suffering is not an end in itself, but a means for you to reach a deeper understanding of yourself and your mission. When a chosen one is subjected to this type of trial, their faith is often challenged. However, it is precisely in these moments that you have the opportunity to draw closer to God. By seeking refuge in prayer and trusting in His protection, you experience a type of faith that transcends human logic. This renewed faith not only sustains you through the storms, but also becomes a source of strength to face any future adversity. The narcissist may try to extinguish your light, but your faith will always be the fuel that keeps it burning. Living with a narcissist may seem destructive, but it can also be transformative. The resilience that arises from these experiences is an invaluable gift. You learn to trust yourself, recognize patterns of abuse, and set healthy boundaries. More importantly, you discover that, even in the darkest moments, God is by your side, strengthening your ability to resist. This resilience is not just for your survival, but also for you to inspire and guide others who are facing similar challenges. Although the narcissist tries to divert you from your connection with God, the truth is that he never abandons a chosen one. Even when everything seems lost, the divine presence is always available to comfort, guide, and protect you. God uses these situations to show that His grace is sufficient and that, even in the most difficult circumstances, He is in control. This understanding is a powerful reminder that you are never alone, and that, no matter the attacks you face, God's love and protection are constant. The divine solution to overcoming the impacts of the narcissist is to reconnect with the purpose that God has outlined for your life. When you turn your focus to Him, it is as if a light shines in the darkness, showing the way out. Reconnecting with God allows you to regain your strength and clarity, understanding that the narcissist does not have the power to determine your identity or destiny. This connection renews your spiritual energy and empowers you to fully live the divine plan. One of God's greatest promises is that He will never allow something greater than you can bear to happen in your life. He always offers protection and provides resources at your disposal, even when you feel most vulnerable. This protection can come in the form of discernment, courage, or even people sent to help you out of the situation. When you recognize and accept this protection, you begin to realize that every experience, no matter how painful, is part of a greater plan preparing you for something extraordinary. In addition to protection, God offers constant guidance to the chosen ones. This guidance can manifest as intuitions, signs, or even words of wisdom from others. By opening yourself to this guidance, you begin to see beyond the narcissist's manipulations, perceiving the spiritual truth behind situations. This clarity is essential for making decisions aligned with your divine purpose and for freeing yourself from the emotional traps that the narcissist tries to create. The suffering you face is not only for your growth, but also so that you can be a living testimony of God's grace and power. By overcoming the adversities imposed by the narcissist, you become an example to other chosen ones who are facing similar challenges. Your story of resilience and faith can inspire others to seek God and trust in Him, no matter the circumstances. This is one of the hidden purposes behind the trial, to transform your pain into an instrument of hope and healing for others. The greatest truth you should remember is that victory belongs to the chosen one. No matter how powerful the narcissist may seem, they can never prevail against someone aligned with the divine purpose. God promises that all things work together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. This promise is the greatest assurance that, despite the struggles and trials, your life will be marked by victory, peace, and the fulfillment of the glorious destiny God has prepared for you. Chosen one, remember that there is no challenge, no matter how difficult it seems, that you cannot overcome when you are connected to God, armed with faith, and guided by divine wisdom. Every battle you face is an opportunity to grow, learn, and draw closer to the purpose that was prepared for your life. Trust that, with determination and the strength that comes from above, you are capable of overcoming any obstacle and emerging even stronger and more enlightened. Now that you know these tools and understand the strength God has placed in your life, it's time to apply them in your daily life. Reflect on how you can strengthen your spiritual connection, set boundaries, and protect yourself emotionally. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever had to deal with a narcissist? Share your story in the comments, as it may be an inspiration and a valuable help to others going through the same challenge. Thank you for joining me this far. If this content resonated with your heart, follow the channel, like, and share this video with anyone who may also relate. Now that you've discovered the secret narcissist's fear, you need to know how to protect your soul from the most cruel traps they use against the chosen ones. Don't let your story be unfinished. Click on the next video now and discover the devastating truth that can transform your life forever.